Hello party people, thanks for joining me in this routine and thank you for coming to the channel or visiting the video. I'm Dr. Daniel, I'm an osteopath and movement coach here at One Motion Athletic, and today I'm going to take you through a 10-minute mid-back mobility routine. But as you know, and you've done this before, I would like you to please like and subscribe this video. Let's try to share movement with as many people as possible, and I'll make sure to make this video worth your time. How about that? Okay, easy mobility routine today. We can be at home, in a park, wherever you need to be. It's 10 minutes. There's 5 exercises, 1 minute each. We'll move through them very smoothly and we'll have 2 rounds. So it'll be 10 minutes in total. And I'm not gonna waste your time. Let's get it started, all right? The first one is a cat-cow. So hands just on the mat in all fours. I'm gonna start this timer. So our first minute, we wanna drop the chest down to the floor and then press the chest up to the roof. Chest down to the floor and then chest up. As I do this, notice that my head moves accordingly. So if I drop my chest down, my head will come up, extend. And then if I take my chest up, my chin will come down. Nice and smooth. We're just trying to loosen up through the mid-back to begin with. If you've been sitting at a desk, if you lift heavy weights, it might feel a little compressed or stiff through that mid-back. And this is a really nice way to prepare the stage basically. Loosen it up, get it started for rotating, twisting, doing a few movements that we're going to be doing today. So that's our first 60 seconds. From there, we're going to take our left leg up and we're going to place our hands behind our head. We want to turn towards the leg on the ground and then drop our elbow. From here, we turn back to the neutral position and then we go back in. This should feel nice and smooth. It shouldn't feel clunky. So if you're feeling a little bit of resistance, particularly on dropping here, try not to go too far. Just take your time. From there, we're gonna switch legs and we're gonna turn to the opposite leg again, drop the elbow down, turn back. You might notice there's a little bit of a difference between the sides. That's okay. As we move through this mobility routine, as you do it over a fair few days, you'll find that things tend to balance out, or the same level of resistance isn't quite there. It's not as noticeable anymore. From there, we're gonna go down to our knees and sit on our heels. We wanna think about creating a wave with our spine. So I push slightly my hips and my ribs to the opposite side, and then I drop my shoulder, and then the other side you'll notice hikes up. And the same occurs on the opposite side, and then we kind of sway back. Ribs come up, shoulder comes up, then it drops, and we kind of create this little wave in our body. Should feel like one of those used car dummy demonstrations out the front that create those big waves. Feel nice and soft. Just feel nice and loose. Don't try to push it. Don't try to control it too much. It should feel very, very natural, like you're swaying side to side. And then from here, we're gonna move down to our chest, extend our feet out, find some space on the mat. We are doing an upward facing dog, so we're pushing our chest up. We wanna move through that mid back. If it doesn't feel like you can go all the way up to begin with, that's fine. Just go to where you can. You shouldn't be feeling it through your lower back. It should feel like the middle of your back is extending and you're getting some nice motion through there. If it's not happening, stay lower, do smaller movements, and just isolate the middle of the back. This can be really, really helpful to giving you the feeling of what it should be like. And then as you start to push up higher, you know whether you're doing it correct or not. From there, we're staying down here and we're gonna place our hands on either side of us across our shoulders. We wanna lift our left leg up and take it over to our right hand. And then we're gonna do the opposite side as well. Right leg up, over to the left hand. Feel the rotation through the body. The shoulders try to stay on the ground, so sometimes they will lift up, but you're not trying to lift them up. You're not trying to get as far over as absolute possible. You're just trying to get some movement through the hips, in through the spine. And so try to be gentle if you can. Don't force it. The nervous system doesn't react too well to being forced into mobility. It tends to like to gently soften its way there. All right, that's our first 5 minutes. We're coming to our cat-cow. Again, dropping that chest down to the floor and then bringing it back up. You should feel a little smoother now. So if you want to drop the chest lower, you can. And then bring it up to the top. You'll probably notice your shoulder blades squeezing in a lot more down at this bottom position. That's because we're getting more extension from the thoracic spine now. So things are feeling smoother, and that means the shoulder blades can move a lot more freely as well. If you want to start using a bit more of the lower back, you can as well. Now that we can feel that motion through the mid back. All right, taking up our left leg, hands behind the head. We rotate and then we drop the elbow. Good. Now we can try to make these smooth. We can drop in the body a little bit as well. Start getting some more motion happening. Not feeling so rigid as we do them. All right. And switching sides. Same thing. Turn to that opposite leg. Drop the body. Come back. These are feeling really nice. I hope you guys are feeling a bit more soft after the first round and can get a bit more motion. Excellent stuff. Back to our lateral waves. So moving those ribs and the shoulder and the neck. Again, not trying to overthink. We don't want to control it too much. We really want to relax into each of those motions. Just start the wave and then flow into it. Let it go. Ribs, shoulder down, sway to each side. If it's too hard to get, just make it smaller. This tends to always help because you're not forcing the system to go somewhere. And so it moves very naturally, very clean. All right. Moving into our upward facing dog, so back on our chest. If you feel a little more at ease, feel free to get a little bit higher onto the elbows. Pushing through. If there's not much resistance at the top, you can also start extending the head. Start bringing the neck and the mid back into play together. So we start integrating them. This can be super useful for developing back bridges as well and getting you used to this motion. If you're a desk worker, you might feel a decent amount of tension running through the abs and running through the hip flexors. This tends to soften the more often you do this mobility routine. Hands on the ground, left leg up, take it over to the right hand, and then bring it back. We're already into the last exercise. This is a very quick mobility routine. You can do this almost every morning, and I advise you to. We start to see some really good benefits the more often we move our bodies and the more frequently we do little routines like this in the same direction. If you have an extra 5 minutes to spare, do a third round over. You might even feel additional benefits. Excellent. And that's our 10 minutes up. Awesome work. Thanks for joining in on this 10-minute mid-back mobility routine. I hope you're feeling a lot softer. If you struggle with any lower back pains or hip pains, I hope those cleared up or you felt some sort of change. If you deal with any neck discomfort, I hope that also had a bit of a change. But save this to your playlist. Try to hit it in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, whenever you can. Again, the more you can do it, the better. But thanks again. See you later, YouTube. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Share the message of movement. See you later.